I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:34. Today's date is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. So do I just read down the... Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call?
We have Commissioner Abadi,
I'm here.
Commissioner Carrillo,
Here.
Commissioner Rosales Trujillo,
Present.
and Vice Chairperson Winkler and Chairperson Rivera are absent for the record.
I don't know why that one's not.
All right. Thank you, Christina. Can we go ahead and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have a key for the door? Maybe. Do you have it? Do you guys have a key for the door? It's locked from the outside. Oh, we'll just, pop it. You got it. There you go.
All right. Next item is adjustments to the agenda. So we do have an adjustment to the agenda. We'll be on the constant agenda. We'll be pulling out the item for meeting minutes dated March 11, 2026 for future meetings. In the future meeting, is there any other adjustments to be made to the agenda?
There's no further.
No adjustments.
Okay. We don't have to make a motion to approve the agenda. All right, moving on to the next item, public appearances. B1, if you'd like to address the Planning Commission concerning any item not operating on the agenda and within the Commission's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the Chairperson. And at that time, state your name and address for the record. The Chairperson reserves the right to place a time limit on each person's presentation of 3 minutes. It is requested that no longer presentation be submitted to the Commission in writing. Is there any comments or anything? All right, moving on to the next item, public hearing discussion. We have D1 subject, public hearing discussion action, conditional use permit 26-01 for Ricardo Cortez to allow the operation of a church at 400 North Imperial Avenue, Unit 2. The project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, under Section 15301, existing facilities. We'll open it up to public hearing.
The public hearing will be opened at 6:37.
I'm sorry, the public hearing will be open at 6:37. So can we go ahead and nothing is available in the public hearing, then we'll move on to the staff report. Then public comment from the staff report.
Good evening, Commissioners. The project for tonight's public hearing is conditional use permit 26-01. Ricardo Cortez is seeking approval for conditional use permit 26-01 to establish the Potter's House Christian Fellowship, a place of worship at 400 North Imperial Avenue. The proposed project is located within the Village Commercial Zone, where religious assembly is allowed with a conditional use permit. The 1,320 square foot suite will include a sanctuary, prayer room, and restrooms, which is more than sufficient to accommodate the current congregation and allow for future growth. Tonight's public hearing was duly noticed in the Ivy Weekly newspaper on April 9th, 2026, and a public hearing notice was mailed to all property owners within 300 feet of the project site. Staff recommends the Planning Commission approve Resolution PC 2026-04 for conditional use permit 26-01 to allow the religious assembly of the Potter's House Christian Fellowship at 400 North Imperial Avenue. And the applicant is also here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Alice, would you have any questions?
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Hey. All right. Mr. Cortez, I read through it. I was wondering, do you have a number of congregants already in your church's assembly?
We do have some, like
on a good day, like 15 total, more or less.
So you're just growing.
Yes,
Okay, great.
it's a
great.
beginning.
Where were
So
you located before you?
we were actually holding services in our living room,
Okay,
in our home.
okay. So
But
you're hoping that by having this location, you'll be able to have more exposure as far
yeah,
as
besides that, more
rat.
a little bit more of an expansion, because you tell people, oh, we're having church at our home, and they're like kind of like,
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to go to a stranger's house, right?
right.
So if they go to a building where they'll
Oh,
probably
that's
feel
their church.
more comfortable. Exactly,
That's their local church. Yeah, how good.
they'll feel part of something that's not just somebody's home.
How long have you been having your church in existence?
I want to say like 18 months.
18 months. Okay. Were you located somewhere else before?
No,
No, so you just,
it's a fresh start, a fresh work. So it's had its challenges, and that's mainly the main challenge is that not having a building. So
right?
that's why we were looking and looking, and the only obstacle would be the permit, right? Because I just didn't want to get into a building without going
Without the
the right
permission.
way. Correct.
Yeah, that was wise on your part.
So
you.
I figured might as well go do it the right way and
Yeah,
hope for the
you'll be
best. Yes, more
Okay.
than that.
thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Body. Commissioner Trujillo, do you have any questions?
I do have a question. I did see the site, as far as the site goes, is the bathroom going to be shared among tenants, or you guys have a bathroom
No, there's actually two restrooms, one for the ladies and one for the gentlemen.
within the part of the building you'll be occupying?
Yes, there's two restrooms in there.
And the lease, do you know how long the term of your lease would
It's
be?
on a year-to-year basis.
On a year-to-year basis.
I would like to add, I visited the site and spoke to the abutting neighbors, and they both have no objections. They both knew that there was a church starting in the middle suite. And it's actually I know the staff report says it's a barber shop. It's actually a new business. It's a Gypsy Soul Art, and they sell holistic services and retail. And then to the east is tutoring services that contract with various valley schools.
What was the one to the east again?
It's called ARC,
ARC.
ARC,
Oh, okay,
and they provide tutoring services to various school sites within the valley.
right.
And I did see that you were gonna be operating on Sundays, and so that's not gonna affect any parking for the existing tenants. So I did see that. Now, is there future for possibly expanding, probably for night, like night services during the week?
It would be a midweek service on a Wednesday. We usually start those at 7:30.
Okay.
Prayer at 6:30, and the service begins at 7:30.
I know a lot of times it's mainly parking, right?
Yes.
That's what we always tend to see is lack of parking. But if a lot of these services are going to be after hours, I mean, I don't see why there should be a problem. So I don't have anything else other than that.
I do have one more concern regarding the time of service and the use of music. Do you guys, I'm assuming, are maybe doing worship? Do you have any live instruments that are being played during your service time?
Just a keyboard, and we have a young lady that's helping us with a acoustic guitar.
Okay, so you do have live music playing?
Yes, just in the beginning of the service.
Okay.
So one of the things, I'm sorry to interrupt,
No, go
and
ahead.
hopefully you're going to this. So one of the things that we looked at, it's usually they have music, and with any other event, we will try to require them some type of sound barrier, right? But in this case, it's a block wall. So in rating in classes, so you have a 2x4 installation, it's like 34 STCs, and you have a 2x6, which is better, it's like 38 or 40. So in this case, a block wall, it could be exceeding the 50 plus. So the higher the number, the better. So that's more than enough. So we looked at that part.
Okay.
So hopefully I answered
Yes.
one of the questions.
Yeah, that was just one of my concern. You mentioned that there's a tutoring center to the right.
Yes.
And if there was ever a chance where service is being held at the same time as tutoring service, then there would obviously be a conflict in there if there was any potential nuisance to the noise that was being emitted from the service. But thank you for clarifying that.
And from speaking with Roger at ARC, they don't conduct services at the site. This is just their administrative offices. It's mostly at the school sites.
Got it.
All right, so we have, so we need to close. Is there any other questions concerned? We don't have anybody, called in or online to make any
I didn't
comments.
receive any inquiries, any opposition.
Okay,
And if you guys don't mind, if we could have a couple of minutes, I saw she was getting an urgent call. She'll be right back in, but we'll need her to finalize it. So if everyone can just take a break for a couple minutes, I appreciate it. No, just wait till she comes back out in case she has more to say. Yeah, I think we're good.
Sing.
I'll go to the restroom. I need a bathroom break. How about that?
All day, I was,
No, do you want to sing?
no, I've been sitting all day,
No, sing.
driving.
Sing.
Oh, no, I'm good.
She just got an urgent call. She'll be done in a minute,
that's
but we
fine.
need 3 to vote, so there's no issues.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
We were
Yeah,
just about
so-
to close the public
Okay.
hearing, but I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure if anyone else had
So-
any comments.
yeah, does anybody else have any other comments, questions? All right, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 6:48. So would anybody like to, make a motion to approve or deny the resolution?
I would like to move to approve the conditional use permit 26-01 for Ricardo Cortez to allow the operation of a church at 400 North Imperial Avenue, Unit 2.
I second the motion.
I second that.
No, go ahead. That's fine. Um,
We'll do roll call vote.
Okay.
Commissioner Rosales Trujillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Carrillo,
yes,
and Commissioner Abadi,
Yes.
and motion carries 3-0.
congratulations and good luck with
Thank you.
your new church, and appreciate everything.
Thank you,
that do.
appreciate it.
Oh, God's blessing on you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely,
thank
God
you,
bless.
appreciate your time.
And,
Thank you
Thank
for,
you.
allowing us to be here.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be
Welcome.
seeing you guys around.
Yes.
you.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the next item, reports. Is there any I can't even speak today. I'm sorry. Any commissioners' reports? What's the body?
I don't have a report, but I have an inquiry, and probably city council
Yep.
might be able to illuminate on it. The county passed the merging of the two lots over there on that county property for the data center. Where is the city of Imperial on its position and even its lawsuit?
Yeah, so I'm happy to talk about all of the public information. Absolutely. And the city is, we'll put out some also public material on the website as updates as well. The city had initially filed our lawsuit on December 3rd. And that was challenging the entire data center because a notice of exemption, which is the CEQA portion of it, was filed. We filed on December 3rd, challenging the entire project, so it kind of incorporates all of that. It mentioned the lot merger. So we filed our first amended complaint. The developer and the county filed a motion for judgment on the pleadings. We attended the hearing, as did quite a few of the members of the public. We were unsuccessful, but meaning the judge did find problems with our complaint, but gave us the right to amend. We filed a first amended complaint. Then things changed because there was the planning commission hearing. So we filed a second amended complaint. And then there was, I think we're on our third, but right now there is pending with a hearing next week. No, so we haven't filed a third, we're on the second. And he filed another motion for judgment on the pleadings, which is an early motion saying that if you consider everything that he's saying is true, or what we're doing, we lose early, right? It's kind of an early motion for non-lawyer talk. And so there's a hearing next week. But since that happened, the County Board of Supervisors approved the lot merger. So the facts have changed again. So I do predict, and all the attorneys are working together on it on both sides, each step of the way, that it will be in front of Judge Anderholt for the developer's motion to try to kick it out early for being insufficient. But that has not gone yet. I do imagine there's a chance there will be another complaint filed. And so the city is still in its original matter with amendments and is continuing down that course. There have been settlement negotiations as the statutes require us to work together, and it's always, for lawyers, the number one thing you want to try to do is try to bring the parties together. There hasn't been any results of that at this point, but if there would be anything, the developer knows this too, that the city wouldn't do anything without involving the public or take any action associated with that. In the meantime, it's my understanding that since the lot merger was approved, the County of Imperial, as to the Planning Commission or the Board of Supervisors, has no further action to take on this. It's my understanding that they still need the grading permit, they still need the building permit, and Air Pollution Control District still needs to issue their permit and go through their process as well. We went in to the court in the midst of all of this before the Board of Supervisors held their hearing on the lot merger. And our motion was to request that the judge stop the board from hearing this without the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission had asked it to come back. So we said, don't skip the Planning Commission, essentially. And all of those documents are public. You can read it. But we were fully denied that. So it went forward, as you all saw. There's lots of other moving parts that we're not involved in, but we certainly get updates from our community. There was a public meeting hosted by community members over in El Centro, and so there's, I think, some discussions about recall. There's discussions, the one that I think is probably very relevant to you guys as planning commissioners, and I haven't seen it yet, but it's my understanding that citizens have filed to pass an initiative to put it on the ballot in November that would prohibit data centers. But I have not read it. It's not ours. It's going through the county process. So I think that's where we're at. It's my understanding from social media and everything that obviously IID has water and power. At this point, the city of Imperial and the city of El Centro, I don't believe have, I can speak for us, we don't have a completed or reclaimed water source. So the city at this point is not the source for water. But I don't think that the water and the power have been resolved. So what you'll see is a lot of attention going to that. There's a few other lawsuits that do not involve the city. We've got the state lawsuit that we filed basically challenging the CEQA. And then there's the federal, Mr. Rucci sued us, meaning Othone and me, and Dennis Merida, and Councilwoman Katie Burnworth in federal court, saying that it's an interesting, I mean, I encourage everyone to read it. I should send out, or it's on our website, but saying that we should be giving water in the original location. Remember that initially I had come to the city of Imperial. So that's that lawsuit. I also understand there's two other federal lawsuits that don't involve us, but involve, a reporter and a couple of citizens. So I think there's a lot going on. I hope that overview helps to kind of poke through it. From a planning commission standpoint, I think one of the things we've been talking about is making sure that when we do our planning sessions, not just an individual item, that we're looking at all the concerns that are raised by our community, about where to put things, that type of thing.
Yes.
I mean, overall, I'm sure there's got to be some kind of study. I mean, if they're suing the city of Imperial or the certain individuals as far as us providing water, I mean, there should be some kind of a study whether if we could even provide them these services, right? And this could go for IAD. I mean, do we have these services that we can provide this data center? We don't know,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure
And-
that's, again, this
And it's
should
in
be some kind of study.
it's in the paperwork. The state of California, one of the things that's interesting is the state of California is really pushing for reclaimed water. We all know California's not got enough water. And so there are grants available to start converting the, to utilize water that would otherwise be essentially thrown away, potentially. But so we've done a Title 22 study, which is a very generic, developer, I believe, paid for it, that says that we do have the capability, but maybe, I think almost all plants have that capability. So that's where we're at in the process. It's my understanding, and I did confirm it with the developer when we were discussing this a while back, that there are, that possibly state water regional or state water control board or the regional water quality control board require a permit for that. So there would be a process to deal with that and to set the rates or decide how to do it, because we don't have that in Imperial County yet. And I know El Centro was looking at it too. I'm not saying specifically for this project, but just in general.
In general. Okay.
It's the future of water.
That's true, because we don't have enough.
Mr. Trujillo, you have any questions or any commissioner, any reports?
I don't at this time. It's good to see you all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I don't think we really have any other items coming up as far as downtown. I think we're pretty much, especially with the heat coming in now.
Well, I have a few traffic items coming up on probably next meeting. Right?
Well, I almost left you guys out. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Oton, you have anything?
I just have a quick update. We have received feedback from the community as to, let the residents know how to use the left turn pockets. So we posted something on social media to let them know how use them, how legally use them.
Can you tell me or tell us?
I have to read it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the California.
I have a feeling I'm
Vehicle-
doing it wrong.
and-
Yeah.
Yes.
I get stressed out
Well,
about it.
it's pretty much the intersection must always be clear.
Okay.
That's that with that in mind, it's easy to use.
It's rough, right? Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else has anything else to
I
add?
think we have, we're getting close on our environmental justice element.
Yes, we're at the tail end of our environmental justice element. If you recall, Hannah, one of the consultants, presented the environmental justice element, and the draft is ready. We're gonna have a meeting next week, and for public review as well. Staff is reviewing it right now, and it's gonna go out for public comment, and we'll also share it with our planning commissioners.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you. Anybody like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to adjourn.
Second it. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned, thank you.
Francisco, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take the leadership role. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I need more
Thank you.
practice.